everybody. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Carly Gifford, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I post sit-down videos talking about essentially whatever I want. For a long time now, it's been about TikTok, drama, and stuff of that sort. Things that are, I always say really fun to talk about because they don't actually affect any of our actual lives. So it's just kind of harmless gossip, I guess. Every now and then I do get into topics that are a little bit heavier and actually, do carry some weight. But today that is not going to be the case. Now, I like to start off every video by telling you guys what I'm drinking and which chapstick I'm using. Right now, yes, I am finally drinking some water. I have been so dehydrated lately and I don't know what my issue is. And as for chapstick, I have switched to my Burt's Bees Dragon Fruit Lemon lip balm because my lips have been so dry and it seems like Burt's Bees is the only thing that actually gets my lips back into, fighting shape. Anyways, that's pretty much it for me today. I think we'll just jump right into today's video. Okay, so I saw this TikTok and I had to do some more digging into this topic because it was so interesting. So essentially this TikTok was talking about a movie that got lost to a fire. Now the movie in question was Cleopatra. It was a silent film that was shot in 1917 and it was 20th Century Fox that made the movie. Now back then everything was shot on reels of film and those reels of film were stored in kind of warehouses, or they called them like vault buildings. However, the film that was used was nitrate film. So nitrate is highly flammable, and back in those days, they didn't properly ventilate the warehouses, or I guess, buildings that this film was stored in, and there was a heat wave in Little Ferry, New Jersey one summer in 1937, and that mixed with the nitrate film and, there not being any proper ventilation and the fact that the film was essentially decaying resulted in basically just spontaneous combustion, and all the films that were filmed before 1932 were just lost to the fire. Now, this is something that honestly, it's really sad that this happened. Now, this was a really unfortunate event because all of those films were just lost. It's not like there was any sort of a backup. Anything that was in that fire was just lost. Now, one of those movies, like I mentioned, was Cleopatra. The actress that played Cleopatra was Theda Bara. Now, she was a very influential silent film star. She was one of the movie's earliest sex symbols. She was very talented, a very gorgeous woman, and her nickname at that time was the Vamp, which was short for vampire, meaning a seductive woman. Now, because of her at that time, a rise in sexual, seductive, kind of sexual domination type roles were created, and she did a lot of them because she was open to that sort of thing, which was really cool, very ahead of her time, honestly. I think one thing that people don't realize is that movies today aren't more sexual or more inappropriate than they were back in the old days. People have always been just as horny as they are now. I think that humans are just genuinely very interested in, sex and the naked body. And honestly, like if you look at movies from the 80s, there was full frontal in those movies as well, but no one seems to talk about that. People just want to say, oh, movies today are so inappropriate. No, they're not. Have you ever watched Terminator? My sister and I watched it one time because, it's an old movie. Everyone hears about it. We wanted to watch it. So we watched it. Yeah, full frontal. Well, actually, I shouldn't say full frontal. I know it was at least from the waist up. I vividly remember because it was shocking. And if you've ever seen Animal House or movies of that generation, same thing. There was a fair amount of nudity. People have always been horny and have always wanted to find excuses to show naked people in films. That's something that, for whatever reason, is just really annoying to me when people say, oh, movies today are so inappropriate. Oh, they didn't used to be like that. No, they actually always have been like that. So, okay, let's get back on track. Sorry about that. Now, there were only 2 known prints in existence of Cleopatra, the movie, and both of them went up in flames because they were stored in the same vault. So that was pretty much it. The movie was lost to time. Now, over the last, almost 100 years, like 90 something years, pretty close here, bits and pieces of that movie have been found, but at most we had 16 seconds of the entire movie. However, that was until last year when James Fennell of Old Films and Stuff on YouTube posted a 41-second clip of the movie Cleopatra. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how did someone today manage to get 41 seconds of that extremely desirable film that seemingly had been lost to time? Get this. He bought a toy projector on eBay that contained film from Cleopatra, and he managed to upload it on YouTube, and now you can go and watch 41 seconds of that silent film, which is insanely cool. Now, I don't know how much he paid for it. This isn't really something that many people would be interested in, I think, unless you just, well, one, like knowing interesting, weird facts, or two, you actually are a film buff and are into that sort of thing. The toy film projector was from the 1920s, and like I said, Cleopatra was filmed in 1917, so it makes sense for that era. But the fact that he managed to spot that on eBay, he saw, I'm guessing the film strip or whatever, he managed to spot it in the ad and purchased it. Now, if you are the person that sold it, I am so sorry for you, because oh my gosh, you could have gotten some serious notoriety for having that. So hopefully we find out a little bit more about this film strip and how they acquired it and kind of where it came from, because knowing the history of it would be very, very cool. But that is it for me today. I know this video is very different than what I typically post, but I just thought this was so crazy interesting, and I thought you guys might enjoy learning about it as well. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for me today. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and I will be back in 2 days with another video, and I hope to see you then. Bye, guys.